I'm here. Come with me to find out how everything went wrong on my flight and how I got stranded in Chicago and then stranded in Detroit. God damn it.
So I had a flight with a layover, right? My first flight was 3 hours, fine, easy. I did it. I cried the whole time. I hate flying. I get on to the next flight.
Second flight time. We're on the floor. Everyone's boarding. I'm sitting in the back because I like it. I'm so drugged up. I literally sit on a plane. So I'll do everything tonight.
The next flight's kind of smaller. It was a 21 row. And I'm like, okay, I hate flying. I'm already crying. Crying. Destination, Sleep City. We start to land 500 feet off the ground, 400 feet off the ground, 300 feet off the ground. We go back up. Fuck! I'm sitting there shitting bricks, having a little anxiety attack. Am I going fucking crazy? Like, why are we going back up? Does anyone else notice that we're going back? Why are we above the clouds now? The city is so far down. We were about to land. I was crying. And there was this sweet 18-year-old girl that was sitting right next to me. I was trying so hard not to let her see me freak out. Ah! I go to the back of the plane just to use the bathroom, and I'm like, I collected myself, and I start to ask the flight attendant, and I'm like, I'm gonna cry. She grabs my hands, puts them to my stomach, pushes me back against the wall. She's doing compression therapy on me, and I was like, oh my God. You know what you're doing. You know how to handle a stressful situation. Because I was like, oh, she was so nice. Shout out whoever you were on this flight. Oh my goodness. She's like, you're fine. It's okay. The pilot's just doing whatever to make sure we land safely. Thank God I pay for Wi-Fi. I'm watching our location go in a full circle around the destination, and we still don't get anywhere closer to the ground. Finally, we finished the loop. Finally, the goddamn pilot is like, we couldn't land because the ground was kind of icy, and we didn't want to crash. We didn't even go back to the last airport we just came from. We went to a third airport that was nowhere near anything. It was another hour to get there because we needed a refuel so we could try again. We refuel. It takes 2 hours. They tell everyone that you can get off if you wanted to, but then they're no longer responsible for you. Half the plane gets off. No rent-a-cars, no hotels around this airport. They weren't getting any free flights back. They chose their fate. I hope it went well. We get back to the original place that we took off, and they're like, welcome back. I haven't had a panic attack that bad in quite some time. They just say, prepare for takeoff. Then we sit there for 10 minutes, and I start to feel like an episode come upon me of cyclic vomiting. Look it up. It's not very pretty. There's a lot of shaking and twitching and crying and freaking the fuck out. So I moved to the back of the plane where no one's sitting next to me. I was like, we get back to the original airport. Oh boy, I ran. I was like, I'm gonna be the first person to talk to a customer service representative. She was like, how can I help you? And I said, what do I do? Oh. She was like, okay, we'll get you a flight tomorrow night. So I booked the flight, and I'm like, I have nowhere to sleep tonight. She's like, here's a hotel pass. I was like, oh, it was the Hilton Garden Suites. And I was like, oh my God, y'all are cheating me because I'm crying, aren't you? So grateful, so happy. I take my happy ass outside to wait for the shuttle that's supposed to come every 30 minutes. At that point, I was in Chicago. Do you know the temperature in California? An average of 75. Do you know the temperature in Chicago? 7 degrees. I grabbed this snow jacket and I brought it on my trip for the aesthetic. As a California girl in those movies where it's like lugging around her big thing of suitcase on the countryside, like, where's the mall? It's what I give every single day. I brought this for the aesthetic because it was white and cute. Little did I know I actually needed it.
I am not where I'm supposed to be.
I get to the hotel. It's 2 in the morning at this point.
This day has been so crazy, I haven't been able to get my camera out. Ugh.
I started traveling at 10 a.m. that day. I get the beef ramen, I get a Reese's Pieces, and I got Dippin' Dots. I get to the room, 2 queen beds. I ate on one of them. It was my little dining table so I could get dirty. And then the other one I slept in.
Ah! I need to know how many people microwave this thing. I may be on a weight loss journey, but that does not mean I eat the vegetables. I had the worst fucking day. That was the first panic attack I've had in 2.5 years. I was stuck on a flight for so many hours crying my eyes out. But I'm rewarding myself with Dippin' Dots. I made it too hot.
Sleep-On texts me because I was on my way to visit Sleep-On. She's like, I'm gonna pick you up in the morning. I'm like, girl, you live over 4 hours away. No. Actually, no. I said yes. I went to the bed with the full idea that she wasn't gonna do it. Well, I wake up. It's 10 in the morning.
I just woke up. I slept for 7 hours in a nice bed.
I look at the alarm clock and I'm like, oh, okay. She's probably not on her way. I'm gonna go back to bed. I laid back down and I was like, damn. I should check if she's on her way. Pull out my little phone. I have like everyone's location on Find My. I love it. I check her location fully expecting her to be at her little house that I see that she's at all of the time. I click plan route. She was 35 minutes away from me. My jaw was on the floor.
She drove from where she lives to where I am. Bitch, that is 5 hours to come pick me up.
I called her and she was like, girl, I'm 5 minutes away. We hang up. She calls me back. I'm 35 minutes away. I went to the wrong hotel. But it gave me 30 more minutes to get my shit together, which was really just waking up and taking a piss and then laying back down.
Oh my god. I love this girl. Oh, I love this girl so much.
Then she came up and she found my hotel room. It was nice. And then she was like, I don't mean to rush you, but can we please leave? This girl hates driving. Hates. She tells me all the time, if she has to drive more than 30 minutes, she won't go. She drove 5 hours to me. Then we went on a 5-hour road trip together.
Chicago. It's a city that's inviting. It's a city that's exciting. It's a city that's inviting just for me.
She drove 10 hours today. She's off asleep. I'm so grateful. 10 hours. We get back to her place. We hang out. She gives me a house tour. Yeah, and I canceled my flight. I canceled the flight that was gonna be taking off right now. I would be on a plane right now just for her to go pick me up at the airport and then come here. Because she was so sweet and got us an Airbnb to stay at. Because I love her place. But now we both have a bed that we get to sleep in. And I'm very happy. We're gonna make content. It was a hot tub. We sat in the hot tub. Morning number 2. My hair is done. Makeup is done.
Look how unsure I look in this smile.
You look like, am I cute? Yes, you're cute. Slee made me a bagel. I'm watching you. That was funny. We went to a grocery store and the ceiling was falling apart and I stepped on parts of the ceiling while we were walking through it. It had everything we needed. Everyone was so nice. She warned me. She was like, it's really trashy. And I was like, from LA, I'll be the judge of that. She's right. Everyone was so nice though. I'm going outside. How could I be cold when I look this cute though? Oh shit, people can very much see me. Hello road. This side's cuter. Wee, and I didn't slip and fall. But fun fact, that was the kicker. That I flew around an airport for an hour trying to land and then didn't. But then it gets worse. I call them 2 o'clock in the afternoon today and I'm like, hey, I'm not getting on this flight today. I thought you should know that. I would like to cancel and get a refund. They told me last night I could cancel and get a refund because my beautiful best friend picked me up. They're like, oh my God, no problem. We'll cancel that flight for you. I got the email, we canceled it. They said I got a refund. I was like, wow, this is wonderful. And luckily, I decided to check my American Airline app because I was just like, I don't know, something was in my brain that was saying, check the app. All of my flights are gone. I don't have a flight home. My boarding pass has disappeared. Even when I pull it up on the website, gone. It doesn't exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist? He canceled all of my flights that I had planned. What? So I don't have a flight home right now. I called them again later and I was like, where's my flight? They didn't answer. I called them again an hour ago. I'm on hold for 45 minutes before they answer. Finally, a lady answers and she's like, hi, how can I help you? And I'm like, all of my flights are gone. She's like, I need a confirmation number. I'm like, girl, I can't give you a confirmation number. Everything is gone. Everything's on the app. The app deleted it all. She's like, I have no information on my end. And I'm like, well then talk to somebody. Yeah, she got me answers. That was when I found out he refunded all of my flights. So now they have to fix even more and send it to like the refund station where they do refunds manually. So technically the tickets are now back in my app, but she said, don't count on it. Be prepared to not get your flights back. Girl, I want to go home. Not now, but I want to go home in a couple days. I'm tired. I haven't been home in 10 days. Ecstatic to be here. So happy. But when those flights come around, I would like to be on them. I would not like to be sitting at the airport waiting like they had me before. But then thinking about it also makes me anxious. So I'm like, what if I just never got on a flight again and I restarted my life in Michigan? But then I think about how cold it is. I'm like, no, I'm officially an LA girl. I can't do it. I like my 75-degree winter. Sorry. 7 degrees here. I don't know how things freeze overnight. And I had to use a towel to hold up my phone. Well, that towel had other plants. So literally we were in the hot tub, my hair was freezing while we were sitting there in the hot tub. So now I know. Anything will freeze overnight, okay. Actually, let's check. It's 6 degrees, actually. But you know how when it says feels like, it's usually warmer? No, feels like -6 is what it says. I never thought I'd be in this cold of weather. I have the sleeping bag for it, but like, I didn't bring it. I'm grateful we have a hot tub, because that was nice to sit in.
Non-sex.
I'm like 20 minutes into making meals, the sun is leaving. It looks like it's in a reasonable temperature, so I'm staying out here because I'm like, oh, it's fine, the sun's out. My hands are losing feeling. My Shayla, it's fucking cold. Shayla, help. Shayla! There was a plane crash today, like in the area that my plane was. I'm just grateful because even though all of it happened for me, not to me, because it could have been an unsafe flight to land in that moment. And I appreciate that they took the proper precautions to make sure that I was safe. The best bet was just to go back where they had better resources. And I can appreciate that. It happened for me. It did not happen to me. I got a wonderful stay at a hotel. I'm very grateful that they provided that for us. But if you don't think that I'm not gonna throw a bitch fit when I get home, I asked her, I was like, can I get flight credits for this? Because this sucks. She was like, oh, well, I mean, yes, but you have to wait until your entire trip is over. And I was like, fine by me. Let 10 more things go wrong that I'll happily deal with so I can have a bunch of new free flights. Because I'll go to many places with these free flights and then cry the entire time. Because if you ever see me at an airport, I will be crying. Because I always fly by myself. Sleevan made a really good point. She was like, you were anxious for the worst case scenario, and that was crashing. Well, this was the second worst case scenario. Flying in circles. Oh God, and the plane crash that happened today in Toronto, in the area. It was the plane that flipped upside down. That's what made me go on the rant of like, at least we were safe, because that plane flipped. No one passed from it. Luckily, all 80 people on board, mostly fine. And I'm just grateful that my plane did not have to go through that, because like, the storm was bad. The storm was bad. Anytime I think about my flight in a couple days though, I get a little anxious, but I'm trying to take it one day at a time. Because I kept repeating to myself, I was like, 45,000, 45,000, 45,000. That's how many planes take off every single day. Without a problem. Without a problem. There's rarely a plane problem. Does that mean I'm not going to think about every single time that there's a plane crash? No. Am I going to let that stop me from getting on the plane? No. But tomorrow's work day, and I'm with Sleevan. She's asleep. Have fun. Go on a flight. Think of me crying. You're probably doing better than me when you go on a flight, because, oh, I put those flight attendants through the ringer. Have a safe flight. Goodbye. Sleevan and I spent the day sleeping and drinking. Still drinking. We worked for 12 hours yesterday, and it was fun. It was cute. I was cold. We were at an Airbnb. Now I'm at Sleevan's place. I catch my flight soon. Now we're just waiting on the chef to make dinner, so. She's yelling at the chef. I have to go help her. I don't know if you guys realize how tired and annoyed I am. I'm just annoyed at the fact that I have to get back on a plane right now after all that shit happened. Sleevan and I had a great time. It was all very cutesy. I'm now sitting in a corner at an airport. I'm in my favorite clothes, and there's no storms, there's no ice, and I'm on 2 big flights. The reason that my last flight couldn't land is because it was a small flight. I have a 1-hour layover in Phoenix, which is so sad because there's a huge like content girl meetup in Phoenix, but my sister's coming over and I love her, so I'm not gonna cancel on her because I'll see all these girls again at some point. I should have thought about that before booking this with my sister. There is a dog with the cutest little outfit on right now. It went behind the bag. My sister comes into town tomorrow. I'm going home and I realize I'm not smiling as much right now. I don't know. I feel like I always have to have a straight face in public. I'm like, when I really just want to be like, eh. As you can tell, I'm so bored. I'll see you guys at my layover. Every time I fly, I'm not gonna lie, I get very jealous of everyone that's chit-chatting, talking. I fly by myself. And I hate flying, and I cry the entire flight. So if you're taking a flight alone and you cry, you're not alone, because I'm off crying somewhere else on another flight. So we can cry at the same time on our flights, because I'm flying all of the time. Ish. I'm avoiding all flights right now. I'm jealous of all these couples sitting together, all these parents with their kids. I would love to not fly alone. Oh, I would love it so much. I could cry at the idea of flying with somebody else. But until then, I will fight my own battles. And I have to fight customer fucking service over all that shit. They took away my flight home. They refunded it on accident. So I had to buy another one. I'm gonna fight them. Well, off to Phoenix.
I did it. I finished all my flights.
I went through my entire second flight without crying. That's what I did. Sleevan swears by this popcorn brand. I'm already out here waiting to be picked up. I was gonna complain and try and get a full refund, but they don't have customer service here, so whatever. Oh, I'm home. And it's exciting. It's really exciting.